Hey guys, welcome back to Geopods. Now today's episode it's special because what better in politics to talk about than India and Pakistan. So recently, the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif he made a very public outreach to India for peace. He said that his nation has learned its lessons from war and that it has brought nothing but misery and poverty to its people. Now, in all honesty, this outreach it's both hollow and important at the same time. And see, I say hollow because once again Pakistan has made these peace talks conditional on Kashmir. And this is something that India will never entertain. Because time and again it is stated that Kashmir is its absolute integral part. And that any interference over Kashmir is interference over India's national sovereignty. So I don't see a point where these peace talks can even begin. Ideally, I'd really like to give Mr. Shehbaz Sharif the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he really wants peace with India, but that mentioning Kashmir is just part of his political compulsion. Now, it's not unusual for Pakistani establishments to make some sort of public outreach to India whenever they're facing a crisis back at home. Now, everyone knows that Pakistan is going through a big enough economic crisis, but which, in all honesty, they regularly keep doing so. The bigger part of the problem is the populist movement that the Pakistani establishment, and when I say establishment, I mean both the army and the government, is facing by Mr. Imran Khan and his Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Once chosen by the army to lead the country, now the tables have turned, and that Mr. Khan is leading a surcharge against the very institution itself. Now, this domestic but massive political crisis comes in addition to the onslaught that the Pakistan is facing by Tehreek-e-Taliban. Now, to sum it all up, Pakistan is indeed facing massive political and economic crisis back at home, and that it's not unusual for it to make such an outreach for peace. Although I said that this call for peace it's hollow, but I also strongly think that there might be some substance to it. Now you could call my position idealistic, and as an Indian, I definitely want peace between India and Pakistan. But I have some strong arguments for why that might be so. Now, all of us know that despite there being a government in Pakistan, it is the army that calls the shots, especially when it comes to foreign policy or India. With that being said, in most of the instances earlier, whenever the Pakistani government was seen as having a softer stance towards India, the Pakistani government used to come and reverse it. And the thing is that they have actually done it a lot of times. But this time, things might be a little different. I say this because in a recent speech by the outgone Pakistani Army Chief General Bajwa, he called for regional peace and said that the price of status quo will be devastating for all. And although he was talking about Pakistan's neighborhood, it's really not that difficult to guess that it was mainly directed towards India. But this call was snubbed off by none other than the then Prime Minister, Mr. Imran Khan. All I want you to do is to try and see this outreach by Mr. Shehbaz Sharif in context of the speech that was made by General Javed Bajwa, because Mr. Shehbaz Sharif has been handpicked by the army, and that the recent army chief, General Asim Munir, is a chosen successor of General Bajwa. Now, this is the logic that I have for why this call for peace by Mr. Shehbaz Sharif might have some substance to it. Maybe all of this it's just a creation in my head, because as I said, as an Indian, I am obviously more biased towards peace between India and Pakistan. However, I am also aware that this might be another such call for peace that doesn't materializes. However, I'd always be hopeful for otherwise. So that was my recent take on this recent development between India and Pakistan and why it matters and why it does not. Thank you so much for listening to GEOSTRATA, and let us know what you think about it either through the comments or by contacting us through our website or Instagram. The GEOSTRATA is an independent, youth-run think tank wherein we provide distinctly Indian take on world affairs. For more, either visit the geostrata.com or search the GeoStrata on Instagram. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again.